After defeating 8 of the toughest trainers in Hoenn, climbing our way up the ranks, and even surviving the infamous Victory Road, we find ourselves in a comically large convenience store. Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother, and welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, we made it through the last bit of Victory Road, and we are now here at the Pokemon League. And I said it was a comically large convenience store, because over here on the left, we have ourselves a Pokemon Center to heal ourselves up, and we've got one of the best stores in the game, actually. They sell full restores, max potions, hyper potions, full heals, revives, and all sorts of great stuff for aspiring trainers in this place. Now, off screen, I actually came in here and stocked up a little bit because we are going to be starting on the Elite Four in this episode. As you guys can see, we have some hyper potions, some full restores, a whole bunch of revives, and then a bunch of full heals as well, which I'm actually going to put up here. Let me just organize my inventory real quick. And I did a tiny bit of off-screen training. Now, we are still really underleveled, and I'm a little bit worried that the later fights in this Elite Four matchup are going to be sort of difficult, but I have faith in our Pokemon, and I know that we can do it. Now, I also changed movesets and held items up a little bit. Here we have a Lax Incense on our good friend Heretic, a Silk Scarf on Swellowship, and I taught Swellowship Return in place of Quick Attack, which might seem weird, but I checked Swellowship's happiness, and it is at full. Now, Return's power increases with happiness, and if happiness is full, which you can check in Verdant Turf Town in the house in the southwest corner of the city, I believe, you can go ahead and talk to the lady there. She'll tell you how happy your Pokemon is. This move has base 102 power as opposed to base 40 for Quick Attack, and Swellowship is so fast that I'm not worried. She's gonna outspeed everything anyway. So, we also have the Charcoal on Ashley, same moveset, the Mystic Water on Dishwater, same moveset, Citrus Berry on the Baconator, and the Magnet is now on Shog instead of the Lax Incense, which now belongs to Heretic. Either way, let's go ahead and get started with the Elite Four with the Pokemon League of the Hoenn region. Beyond this point, only those trainers who have collected all the gym badges are permitted to enter. Trainer, let us confirm that you have all the gym badges. Trainer, believe in yourself and your Pokemon, and go forth! Oh my god. I always thought this was so awesome when I was young. Here we are, escalating this tower, escalating this building to the very first match of the Elite Four against this guy with the really weird-looking haircut. Okay. Welcome, challenger. I'm Sidney of the Elite Four. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good, looking real good. Alright, you and me, let's enjoy a battle that can only be staged here in the Pokemon League. And here we go. This is Sidney versus Brian in one of the final battles of Pokemon Emerald. This is the first of the Elite Four, Sidney, who has a really weird haircut, a pretty cool outfit, and a bunch of Dark-type Pokemon for us to go up against. Right off the bat, now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't have led off with Heretic because we have to deal with this whole Intimidate attack drop. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and bulk up right off the bat because this thing is probably just going to hit me with a double edge or something like that. Now, Elite Four Sidney, actually a fairly easy fight because Dark is a special move in this game, and most of the Dark-type Pokemon that this guy packs are primarily physical attackers. So, as long as he doesn't set up a Swagger and a bunch of sand attacks on you, you should be pretty good to take this guy out because he's not going to be able to take advantage of the same type attack bonus that he otherwise would if there existed such things as, you know, what am I trying to say? Physical dark attacks, because if he had that, we would be in trouble because a lot of these Pokemon, pretty high attack stats. Fortunately, however, we don't gotta worry about any of that. Now, he's bringing out the Shiftry, and I switched into Heretic because there was... Ah, my god, of course he's going for double team. Switched into Ashley, switched out Heretic, I should have said, because we had a sand attack on us, and I'm sure we could have killed this Shiftry in one hit, but this thing has extra sensory, which is a psychic type move, which would have kind of messed up our Heretic a little bit, so we can switch back into him now and probably just sweep the rest of this guy's team, if I am correct. Now, he's changing into Absol, and if I'm not mistaken, this thing has a Swords Dance, so if it gets that up, it could be trouble, but you know what, Heretic with that massive attack stat of his, I've got absolutely no doubt that this thing is going to feel a little bit of pain here with this Brick Break right in its face. There are a couple Pokemon in the Pokemon League that, oh my god, it lives with like 1 HP. Oh my god, and it's packing the Aerial Ace. No! Oh, with the critical hit too. Seriously, I have no idea if I would have survived that if there weren't a critical hit. I'm I'm a little bit iffy on it. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, we can go out with Swellowship. I was going to say there are a couple of Pokemon in the Pokemon League that have, like, Reflect and Light Screen, stuff like that. But we are not going to worry about that right yet, and it's probably not going to make that big of a difference either way. So Brick Break, probably just going to be more a fighting move than a strategic one. Either way, let's test out this return. I knew that the full restore was coming, but I want to see the power of the Silk Scarfed return on a Max Happiness Swellowship. Here we go, Swellowship, you got it! What? I've never seen the animation for that before, and that's actually not quite as exciting as I expected it to be. Well, that was Silk Scarf stabbed 102 power, so none of my flying moves are going to do that much damage. Let's go ahead and just Aerial Ace this guy, and we can go ahead and return him one more time, and that should do it. This thing has Rock Slide too! Oh my god, this Absol was like set up as a counter to my team. What is this? So much for this being one of the easier Elite Four members. I remember sweeping through this guy all the time when I was younger, but alas, that is not the case here. Shock is going to have to come out here and show this Absol what for. So, let's get a Thunderbolt off. Let's show this thing who's boss, and let's just not worry about this anymore, alright? Alright. So, what are you going to send out next, buddy? He's going to go into Cacturne, which is a Grass Dark type. Now, I would send out Dishwater, but Dishwater's probably not going to see a whole lot of action in this fight because this Cacturne could mess her up. It's got three Grass-type moves. One of them is Cotton Spore or something to lower your speed. Ashley doesn't care about her speed being lowered, so she doesn't care one bit. It's also got Leech Seed and I believe Needle Arm or something like that. So, one offensive Grass-type move, but this Leech Seed, I'm not even going to feel it. We're just going to burn this cactus to the ground. I know cacti like heat, but not this much. I don't think it can handle this much. Now, it's got the Leech Seed. This guy might full restore on this turn, but hopefully our next Flamethrower will be a little bit stronger. Oh, whoa, what? Okay, so he's going to withdraw the Cacturne. Not exactly what I was expecting, but good prediction on your part, I guess, Sidney? Because now we've got a Leech-seeded Torkoal out here in front of this Crawdon, so we're going to have to do a little bit of a switcheroo, and this could actually give us a decent switch into Dishwater, despite the fact that I just said that Dishwater's probably not going to be seeing action in this fight. I don't want to switch directly into Shock because I don't trust Shock's defenses enough to be able to take anything from this thing. So we can just switch into Dishwater, take this Surf like a champ, and go ahead and Earthquake the crap out of this thing. He's not going to switch back into Cacturne because apparently he is not smart enough to do that, because if he did, we actually would be in trouble here. But this guy can Surf us all that he wants. What's he going? He might heal on this turn. Yep, he healed on this turn. That was the second full restore. I couldn't remember if he'd already used one or two, but either way, we could just go ahead and Earthquake this guy straight in the face. Oh, I could have switched into Shock right there and just taken this thing out with a Thunderbolt. Oh, why didn't I do that? Either way, I think we can survive another Surf. If not, we can just Thunderbolt it. There we go. Dishwater went first with the E-Quake. That Crawdon is down. And man, that Crawdon has pitifully short arms. It must be really, really hard trying to write love letters to all his sweetums in his life. Either way, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just go ahead and switch back out to Ashley and hit this Cacturne with a Flamethrower, and that's going to be it for the first member of the Elite Four. So, send on back that Cacturne. He's going to come in here. He's going to dance around. He's doing a little jig. Oh my god, Cacturne. I'm glad that you're so happy, even in times of struggle such as this. Why you would use Leech Seed when you have like 2 HP left, I have no idea. Either way, Flamethrower, there goes the Cacturne, and there goes Elite Four Sidney and his Dark-type team here in the Pokemon League. Well, how do you like that? I lost. It was fun, so it doesn't matter. And we got a whole bunch of money for winning. I like the cocky, smug expression on Sidney's face now that I think about it. Well, listen to what this loser has to say. You've got what it takes to go far. Now go on to the next room and enjoy your next battle. Alright, we will do just that in the next episode of Pokemon Emerald. Yep, that's right. 1 Elite Four member per episode. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this battle, and I hope you are going to enjoy the succeeding battles as well. So, thanks once again for watching, and I will see you guys next time where we take on the next member of the Elite Four.